So I've had quite a few requests for the green tomato chutney. So what I'll do is I'll make some of that today and show you how I do it, and how I store it, because that'll be used probably around Christmas. That you can make them for gifts if you have a lot of green tomatoes, or you can store them. They store up to 2 years, so just do some and then put it in your cupboard, and then once you've opened it, it needs to go in the fridge. But I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so I've got these. So I've got some in here as well. I've got tomatoes that are just gone too soft. You know, when they go to that stage where they're just a bit too soft, and they're a bit too soft for a salad, but they're more for a sauce. But I'm going to put them in as well. So it'll be a green tomato chutney with a few of the overripe tomatoes thrown in as well. So I'll put the ingredients underneath, but you can follow what I'm doing. Also, I did have a request for beans, what I do with my beans. So let me show you this. Now, I dry my beans out, so I'll dry them in the pods. But if they still feel a bit soft, you can just dry them, air dry them. So put them on some kitchen paper and just air dry them in a warm place. Not but it's got to be dry, in a dry place. And then I store them in. So obviously I've not done the lentils, but I've just done, that's just a mix that of barley and stuff that I use for soups and stuff in the winter, and it's got black-eyed beans in there, and then they're borlotti beans on the top. I've just started picking those, so I've popped some in there. And then these were my carling peas, so these are black peas. These are the ones I grew this year. So just for those plants there, you get a lot, so you don't need loads of them. I haven't started eating them yet, but next year I'm going to do double that, I think. And then they'll properly store. And these are chickpeas. Now, I grew chickpeas this year, as you've seen, and not impressed. Not impressed with the plant, so I'll carry on buying them. But that's how I store my dried beans and peas. So obviously, all my beans aren't ready yet, so I can't use them all. But I've got the ones that I've got. I've soaked them, so if you can see in there, they've just been soaked overnight because they're hard. So now they're all soft. They've all plumped up. So they've been soaked overnight. And because I haven't got a massive range of beans, I'm going to use the cannellini beans as well in a dish. So I'll show you that. So it's going to be a chicken dish with pasta, and it's like a casserole, really hearty and really winter warming. And And you can put spices in it if you want, but I do it more like in a sauce, so I'll show you how I do that as well. So today is more of a cooking thing, but I'm cooking with my harvested vegetables. So these are from my plot, these are from my allotment, apart from them, of course. Oh, and to put in this dish as well, I've just harvested some stuff from the back garden. These are from the, not from the allotment, these are from the back garden. So I've got some green beans, some of the purple beans. See how they start to go, starting to go green. It'll focus at the end. They all go that colour when the beans are producing. And then I've just picked some baby carrots. So I'll give them a wash. And then there was a butterfly laying eggs on my cabbage, on my tree cabbage. So I flicked it off and I've took the tree cabbage off. So I'll remove this bit here, that stem bit there, because that's too woody, so we'll take it off there. I think that's it. Took some more tomatoes off. I'll take that one. I'll use that one actually, that green one on there. Put those in there. Right, so let's give these this veg a wash. And I'll get my ingredients out and then we'll get cracking. So there's my ingredients. This is for the green tomato chutney. So I've got tomatoes there. I'm going to take all the tops off and chop them up. A couple of red onions, garlic. I'll probably put about, I don't know, maybe 3 cloves in it. 2, 3, I'll see how big they are actually. These are raisins. You can use currants or sultanas. Pulled a chilli off my chilli plant. Need some sea salt, malt vinegar, and some brown sugar. So that's 300 grams of brown sugar. Pop that in. And that'll caramelise everything, that'll bring it all together. And then we've got the malt vinegar. So, how much shall I put in? I think I'll put, what's in there, 1.4 litres. I'm going to put half of that in. I don't want, yeah, I think that's fine. So if you can see, it's just below the surface. Right, let's get on that stirred up and we'll pop that on a heat. And this needs to all break down now and reduce. So let's get that on the stove. Right, so next job, while we've got that on, is we'll do some, we'll do the casserole now. So let's put that together. We'll get that going. Right, so I've got my pan out. I'm going to put some garlic olive oil in. This is the infused. I've got basil as well, but I'm going to use garlic. We'll put a drizzle of that in. Then I'm going to chop some garlic, so let's get chopping. I just take the tops off that bit, only because they don't break down and they get too chewy, so they're a bit woody, so take them off. And then with scissors I will chop those and pop them in the pan. So with this, all you do is you just hold the stalk and take the leaves off. That's it. Don't need that stalk. And we'll just roll it up. Chop that. to add the garlic. And we'll put the mushrooms in. I'm going to put in boiling water, so I'll just fill the kettle. Need that. I'm going to use frozen chicken in this. I'm chopping the beans into quite small pieces, so like that. Right, so the chutney is boiling now, so I'm going to turn it down, and I'm going to let that simmer and reduce till it goes like really thick. Take the lid off, let the air get to it so the steam goes up and it evaporates, and that will make your sauce thicken. I'm using frozen chicken breasts, so this is a kilo. And in there. Then I'm going to put in because I don't have milk, so I'm going to use oat milk. We'll give it a good shake, and probably about half of that, half of a full one. So what's in one of them litres? So about 500 millilitres of oat milk, and then I'll cover that with water, with boiling water. So that's what we're looking like. Can you see that? I'll bring the camera over and I'll show you in a minute. Let's get everything in first. So then we want some salt and pepper. And I'm going to put in a stock cube as well. That's a I'll put 2 in. And they're chicken stock cubes. They're with lots of, give it lots of flavour. Right, I'm not, am I? No, I am. Right, now I'm going to put my beans in. So I'm going to give these a wash, rinse. Sieve out. Sieve, where are you? Have I already had you? You'll do. Now they're not cooked, so I've put the uncooked beans in. These are cooked, so these go in last. Don't put them in straight away, or else they'll just disintegrate into a mush. Right, let's show you. Right, so this is my mixture. The chicken. So as you can see, it's quite a big pan. So it'll serve quite a big family. So if you're not a big family, you can make this and then you can freeze it. Put it into, I'm going to put pasta in there as well, but not yet. So I'm going to put the lid on now. I'm going to let that cook. And I'll come back to that later on. So this is the chutney so far. So it's simmering now, it's simmering away. So all that liquid needs to go thick. So we'll come back and check on that. I'm going to wash the pots. I've got jars, so I've boiled these. And then when I put the mixture in the chutney, then they'll go back into, I don't know how many I need actually. I've got 4 jars out. And then I'll put them back in a pan of boiling water for 10 minutes so that everything inside then is sterilised and all the outside sterilised as well, just to make sure that everything's safe. We can't be having food poisoning over Christmas, can we? Right, let's get the kitchen tidied and get the pots washed. So that's the consistency I'm after there. You can see it's reduced down quite thick. So I'll let that cool down and then I'll pop that in the jars. So we're at the point where it looks a little bit like dirty water. That's because of the black-eyed beans that are in it. I'm not bothered though, that's fine. If you use just like a white bean variety, then you're not going to get that colour. But once the sauce is thickened and everything, it'll be okay. Now, I'm not one for handling raw meats on surfaces and everything because I worked in catering for a long time, and I know what bacteria can do if it's left on surfaces. So I always pop my chicken in and then I chop it while it's when it's ready to be chopped, so when it's cooked. So as you can see, it's cooked right through. I'm going to chop this now. Into bite-sized pieces, really. Right, so I'm going to leave the lid off this now. I'm going to put some flour on the top, and then I'm going to give that a little bit of a mix. I'm going to put some pasta in, and I'm also going to put a knob of butter in as well, and that will make, it needs to reduce again, so we'll get a nice thick sauce then. And I'll put these cannellini beans in as well, so everything else goes in now. So let's get all that done. So if you can see, it's thickening now, the sauce is getting thicker. So at this point you can either put it in your oven and leave it to casserole, because it's not quite done yet. And then I'm going to serve this with garlic bread. The pasta's not cooked yet. Well, you can see now it's got like a thick sauce in it. Let's have a little taste. Yum. Yeah, that's delicious. So that's done. So you can either take it off now, so I'll turn that off, and you can leave it. I'm going to leave it to cool down a little bit because I like eating molten lava. And then I'm going to serve it with some garlic bread. And the chutney, you need to pack it down quite tight. Make sure there's no air in it. So I've just spooned it in, so we'll give it a bit of a squash. And make sure you clean around the rim to make sure there's nothing there. Clean all that. Then pop the lid on. Now that's going to be boiled now. I'm going to boil that in some water. Now, just to let you know, because I don't think I've shown you at the end, I did get 3 jars of chutney. So I boiled those for 10 minutes, and then they'll just be left to cool, and then they'll just be stored in a cupboard. But like I say, when you open them, just make sure that you pop them in the fridge, just to be on the safe side. we'll just finish it off with a bit of Parmigiano. And there we go. Lovely. Oh, take it out. Right, that's me done. So I hope you enjoyed this one. So it wasn't a lot about gardening, but how to cook your produce. You have a great week, and I'll see you sometime over the weekend. Bye for now. Bye.